I got the file in there to get all that out of there. Good God, the file just skidded on it.
Right, because it's so hard.
It's very hard.
Yes, it's just got stuff that JCB has.
Well, he does that,
Tractors,
yeah.
whatever. Yeah, so anyway, if you stand back, Jeff will get all this in the picture. So this is Jeff's, one of Jeff's drag bike frames that's just come back from...
the spares bike.
The spares bike. It's been spare for about 10 years. And...
Well, that is about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's called a spares bike because it's made up from spares from another bike, which is now in bits, but that's a separate issue. So you've now finally got it finished.
Crap, those.
Yeah, also, precisely. But it's now got a beautiful finish. It's got a lovely finish, very smooth for powder coating.
It's just, it's more of like a satiny.
Yeah.
It's just got, it's not like that.
And you said it's
black.
You said it's also been zinc coated beforehand. So now you've got your adjusters here that you made.
Use a special zinc primer.
Yes, yeah.
Steve was telling me on it.
So now you've got these lovely handmade.
Well, yeah, I've not bothered polishing them. I'm just going to leave. So all that now is like.
Yep.
It's took me ages because I've had to keep linishing and filing together because it was full of powder coating.
Oh yeah. You've got to.
Yeah.
Very careful.
Plus, it was a threaded bar when I set it up.
Yes.
And that must be about 5,000.
A little bit narrower.
Yeah. So when I've come to put the spindle in, it's
the real
been,
one, very tight.
So I've had to use, some of them flat wheels to get it all
get in there.
nice in there. So
and you've now dragged out this.
Well, the wheel can go in. But,
in the allotment.
And I know you're going to say something in a minute. You know that horrible caliper bracket, that cast one. Decided to make a billet one.
Oh, good.
So it looks right.
So it matches that basically.
Yeah, it looks like a cheap afterthought.
Yes.
The bracket.
Yes.
So I'm going to make a billet one.
There's your wheel. Great big. What's that? About 10 inches, is it? Or?
It's actually it's an 11-inch slick, but actually when it's pumped up, it goes 10.5.
Right.
Ooh. So
Mickey Thompson.
Yeah, it'll be good. That.
Okay, so that's the back sorted out. What about the front? Have you?
Well, I've got that.
Well, you got your wheel.
But do you know something? I know you're going to say it. Do you know? I actually look at it gold and I'm thinking it looks a bit. I might spray it silver.
Yeah, because this is aluminium.
Yeah, I think it looks a little.
It looks odd.
It looks too fairground.
Yeah, unless something else is gold, it's going to look odd.
No, I think, or what I'd like it, you know that anthracite grey?
Well,
like a grey.
I've got some aluminium-looking paint.
Yeah.
It's in a spray can. It's
I forgot I've made all these discs.
Yeah. Oh, you made the discs. Well, they're made from a disc that you've rescued, and then you've made your sensors.
Oh, I'll have to go and put these back in the bloody. I did the garden yesterday, so.
Yeah, there's some secateurs.
Oh yeah, let me
getting in the way. Yeah, so these discs I think Jeff made a while ago, or rather he made the inners, and then he machined out these old discs here from wherever, and then made them all work together.
That's actually a Zephyr wheel.
Okay.
And I've machined. I did have it on mill, and I've just took because they come to a bit of a point there.
Okay. Oh, and you've
so I've just milled a flat on them, so it looks a bit more like a Dimag. It looks more.
Yeah. I think it would look better if it was.
I think like either
grey or
like a grey, like a.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it would.
Well,
because I've got the caliper, I can fit them up. They just want to clean and I think even the pads in them are.
Okay.
I think they'll be good, certainly good enough for
stopping what you
need.
Yeah. And what about the forks on the front end?
It's in there.
Oh, is that the one we saw the other week with your ability?
We'll go in.
Let's go in here.
Let me put the lights.
Oh, it's all dark in here. Look.
Yeah.
It's all dark.
It's cooler in here as well.
It is, yeah. Yeah. Well, out there's a bit like a greenhouse.
Yeah. About dirt.
Where are we going to go?
Leah, let me.
Go on. You go past and go and get your switches.
I've been moving stuff around.
Yeah, as you do. Let there be light.
I've got your bracket.
Oh, good.
You've done it.
Okay, well, let's have a look. My bracket.
Here's the front.
There we go. Look.
Oh, you got it.
Yeah. It's different. It's different. I thought you had one.
That's the Unitrack. I've got the internal to go in it yet. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had these really thick ones with the milled.
No, they're only 37 mil. They're off a Unitrack.
Okay.
I didn't want something
chunky.
That big on it.
Okay.
Well, it's old. I'm trying to keep old.
Old, yeah. Yeah, I see you got your anti-dive bits here that you close off.
I've just got to make a couple of little. Well, that can.
Yeah.
The only thing I've got to do is what Cliff said is if you make a plate, it's got to have a
gap. Yeah.
What I might do with these is just clamp them in the miller and just get a little ball cutter across them.
Yes. Yeah. They need to be connected.
It needs to.
Otherwise, it'll lock up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I can. before I put the forks together, I can clamp them on the caliper things and just get a little ball cutter across.
Yes, yeah.
But then again, it's, you know, before you know it, I'd got the vice on, bought and done it. There's an hour gone, and all these little things.
Yep.
But I've just done the top nut there.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. It's had a galvanised one in. It's a stainless washer. I'm thinking, yeah. So I just want to machine that down so it sits in.
Oh, for the top of the stem,
It's got a nice stainless, so it sits in, and then that'll go on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to hold it. It's got the thread under there for the adjusting the bearings, and then that'll go tighten down. Yeah, it just wants the diameter machine it down. So that's that caliper bracket.
Oh God, no, you can't use that on that fancy.
And I was looking at it, and it's a cast thing, and it's. So I thought I found a piece of billet there.
Right, and you're going to make yourself.
And I can get, hopefully, I can. With that hole there, because it's got to go to an inch. There's just enough. There's enough on it to get a nice little billet caliper out of that.
Great stuff.
That was one of yours that went. I didn't think.
Okay.
Got wrong.
You got wrong. Okay. Well.
So at least the piece.
Waste not, want not.
Well, hey, and like you say, you don't throw it away.
Oh God, no. Right. Okay. And with that, we'll end it here because I've got to go home. It's pretty heavy, that's me.
That's no heavier than some bike wheels. You know, by the time you've got all your sprocket carrier and.
Okay, if you say so. Anyway, it looks pretty good. So.
It is heavier, but not. Yes. It's not like. Twice the weight.
So anyway, it looks pretty good. Jeff's now making a new brake caliper thing on this side of carrier.
I've made it.
You've made it. Oh, there it is. There, look. There you go. You've made that.
That goes that way. That now has got to be machined down so it fits in there.
In that gap, yeah.
And I've got to put a steel washer for it out.
Yeah, that's aluminium, isn't it? So you want.
Yeah, if you push that up against the bearing face, it will work for a while, but eventually it'll settle.
Yeah. Okay.
So we need to insert a steel washer in.
Okay. So there's one of Jeff's wonderful, very wide rear wheels. Looks a bit dirty today, but it's okay.
It's been sat in the loft, hasn't it? Till.
Well, yeah, it's now covered in oily finger marks as well, but it'll soon clean up quite well. And I look forward to seeing this bike. We brought its front end on and back end on. And then we'll worry about getting the engine in.
Spiders have made their own.
Oh well. They'll get a shock if you stay around and it fires up for the first time. Anyway, there you go. So it is slowly coming together.
Just got to get the front. I can get the front end in.
Yeah.
I'll run the crank that's we're going through the bits
you've got. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got them 1327 pistons.
Okay.
I think one's damaged, but I think it'll clean up.
Okay.
So
okay, well, we shall see. Hopefully.
It'll do for
the time being.
For the time being, yeah.
Right, okay, and I'll come back another day and hopefully see it on both its front wheel and its back wheel. Right, so I'm back at Jeff's workshop again as he's been busy and he's now made the bracketry for the rear brake of his bike.
Well, we did have one, but it was that.
Yeah, it was tatty.
It didn't look right.
No.
So I made a billet one.
Okay.
Yeah.
And also I see here you've been busy with something to do with exhaust pipes.
I was just working it out because I've got to make that. Is it going to go that way? I've got to make a bracket to bolt to there.
Right.
And then two rubbers. It's going to, and then that's got to go somewhere.
About there. Okay.
Somewhere around there. It will come a bit closer this way because it.
And will they sort of shoot out of a gap in the?
Them are going to come out. The seat unit. Them will just pop out the top of the.
Yes. Yeah. And the seat unit's there.
There.
Rather, that's not a seat unit. That's a plug
that
for the seat.
That's a pattern.
Sorry, a pattern to make a plug to make the final product.
They'll come out somewhere
around about there.
Around this area.
Yes, yeah. And you've also said you've also now fitted your
head race bearing in, yeah.
That's fine.
Because we're welding round here, I machined two mandrels up that were slightly under, and if you put them in, you can feel them. So I just sort of linished a bit out the back where it's pulled.
Yeah.
But the bearing,
a bit loose.
It didn't rattle. It just sort of. You could just push it in lightly.
Yes.
So what I've had to do is coat it with that, acetone it all out, and put that 648 Loctite on it.
Yeah.
The bottom one went in okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's not as near, but with here, the welding must have just pulled.
Distorted it slightly.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, we'll come back another day, and hopefully we'll see the whole front end back together again.
They're all.
Yeah. But you're saying you do have an issue with your forks. You've got to buy all new seals and
it never ends.
never ends, does it? But luckily, we know a man.
There's an aluminium bit that goes on the bottom, like a whatever they call them. I'm not sure what the correct name is for them. There's one missing.
Right.
Now, when I stripped them down, it may have been missing.
Then,
I stripped them down.
So you got to find one.
So I've rooted through my boxes.
But you can't find it.
One day I'll clear everything out and I'll go.
You'll find it. Oh, there it is. A year after you've bought one. Yes. Okay. Well, that happens. That happens. Right. Okay. So as I say,
I could probably machine one of them little aluminium things up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only like a little tube with a
little. Yeah.
But
what is it?
we'll see how much a new one is. If it's only like knowing
if you can get it, yeah.
If you can still get them, but it wants bushes,
seals and
seals. I've got the top dust covers, but see how much they are new. If you're going to renew all that,
they're not too
bushes
much.
and
They're not too much.
Just renew it all.
Okay, so we'll come back another day and hopefully find this thing with the front end on, and maybe get it wheeled out, and we'll see.
Build, like you say, I want it to
get that painted.
Mask that up again. And
as you say, yeah. Okay, well today's a very cold, horrible, wet day, so it's time for your lunch and time for my cup of tea. So we'll end it here. So thanks for watching, and cheers.
I'm going to have me
lunch.
Dinner.
Yes.
Dinner.
Good.